All right, let's talk about Bengaluru. Today, we're going to break down the 2025 investment outlook for what is, without a doubt, one of India's most exciting real estate markets. We're going to explore exactly where the opportunities are in this tech city based on the key insights from our source material. So, let's get right into it. And right off the bat, the source doesn't pull any punches. Calling Bengaluru a real estate powerhouse, that's a big statement. But it's not just hype. It is directly tied to its identity as the Silicon Valley of India. See, that reputation as a global tech hub is the engine that drives literally everything else. It creates jobs, it pulls in talent, and it fuels this constant demand for places to live and work.
Okay, so a powerhouse. Sounds great, right? But what does that actually mean for an investor? Where's the opportunity? Well, the first place the outlook tells us to look is the residential market. Let's see where the action is happening. So, why these 4 spots specifically? Are they just random picks? Not at all. This is all about strategic location. You've got Whitefield and Electronic City. Those are massive, established IT hubs. Then there's Sarjapur Road. You can think of it as the main artery connecting all these major tech corridors. So it's a real hotspot for professionals. And Hebel, up in North Bengaluru, has totally transformed into this premium residential area, thanks to being so close to the airport and having its own tech parks popping up.
And this is the number that really makes an investor sit up and pay attention. The source is talking about potential rental yields between 5 and 7% in these key zones. Now think about that. This isn't just about hoping the property value goes up over time. No, this is about a solid, steady income stream coming in right now. And that's the sign of a really healthy, mature market.
Of course, for people to want to live somewhere, they need jobs, right? And that brings us to the other side of this whole equation, the commercial sector. This is really the engine room for the entire ecosystem.
So where are all these jobs? Well, the outlook points to a few key hotspots. First, you've got the Outer Ring Road, or the ORR. That is basically the nerve center of the city's entire IT industry. Then you have the classic Central Business District, the CBD, which is still a super prime location. And then there's North Bengaluru, which is quickly becoming the next big commercial hub, especially since it's so close to the international airport. So what makes these areas so hot right now? It really boils down to 2 simple but powerful factors. High occupancy rates, which means landlords aren't sitting on empty properties, and this continuous strong demand from the IT sector. This relentless demand from global tech firms is exactly why the source calls commercial properties here an investor's favorite.
Okay, let's just pause for a second and put it all together here. On one side, you've got the residential story, defined by those specific high-growth areas and those really strong rental yields. On the other side, you see the commercial engine just humming along with that insatiable demand from the tech industry. You can really see how they feed into each other, can't you? The commercial growth is what fuels the residential demand.
So we've covered what's happening now, but real estate is always about what's coming next. So what's giving everyone so much confidence that this growth is actually going to continue? Well, the source points directly to a massive infrastructure boost that's on the horizon. The outlook highlights 2 absolute game changers here. First up is the expansion of the metro network. This is huge. It's going to improve connectivity across the city, cut down travel times, and unlock the value of properties all along its new corridors. Second is the Satellite Ring Road. This is a massive project designed to decongest the city and open up totally new economic pathways. The big takeaway here is that the source sees these as pretty much guarantees for future appreciation.
All right, so we've looked at the residential opportunities, the commercial engine, and the future infrastructure pipeline. Let's tie this all together. What is the core investment thesis here?
After breaking down all these pieces, what's the source's ultimate conclusion? What's the one big takeaway for anyone looking at this market in 2025?
And here it is. The core strategy is to target future-focused investments with proven resilience. So what does that actually mean? Well, future-focused points to properties that are set to benefit from the IT sector's growth and all that new infrastructure. And proven resilience, that speaks to Bengaluru's strong economic fundamentals that have helped it perform so consistently. It's really about betting on a city that is actively building its own future. And to wrap it all up, the source concludes with a final piece of practical advice. For those looking to act on this analysis, it suggests connecting with an advisory for expert guidance. So there you have it, a really clear picture of a market where technology, infrastructure, and real estate are all deeply intertwined, creating a very compelling investment narrative for 2025 and beyond. Thanks for joining me for this breakdown.